I don't know how this is going to look. Can y'all see this? See the YOD pattern? I wanted to show you this one right here. I know there's a lot of YODs coming up in the astrology and the transits because I got to get some videos done today and I saw quite a few of the YODs. So you see the pattern of the YOD there? We got it on the screen now. I know it's pixelated, but we're just going to have to deal with it. Yeah, from one point to one point, it's 150 degrees away. The quincunx. Okay. Then from that same point, 150 degrees away, so that can be to a house, cusp line, or a planet, and it creates another quincunx. So that's two quincunxes in the chart, one on the left, one on the right. And so if you've got one on the left and if you've got one on the right, if these points are here, then automatically the sextile is created because you have something at this point and you have something at this point and you have something at the top point, which I'll just now point that out in black. You follow? So it's having something at these 3 points. So it's having two quincunxes in your chart that stem from the same point. They have to come from the same point. Okay. So now let's go see if we can take what we just learned and do this. Her quincunx points, 2 points from her quincunx. So your Chiron is at 23 degrees. Sun is at 20 degrees. And that's a quincunx right there. They're not matching degrees exactly. Quincunx does say exactly 150 degrees, but it's within orb. So that means it's a few degrees off before or after, right? But to give an example then, we also have this other point here in your chart, and this is the point of ancestors. It's at 2444. That's a tighter quincunx, but I have to see if you have something quincunxing from your Chiron going this way. And what would that be? It would be something in the sign of Cancer because it has to be 150 degrees away. And when we look at the sign of Cancer, at 22, you have a house cusp line. So technically, you have a quincunx going that way. So there's there from your Chiron. And we'll go from the point of the ancestors, which is really interesting because it's ancestry and so is the sign of Cancer. So now to finish the YOD off, we need the sextile. Well, the sextile is 60 degrees away. And if you have something, like I said before, if you have something up here, and if you have something at the other 2 points, which you do, automatically you have a YOD. So let me go now in black, or no, how about I go in red, just so that it looks the way it looked in that chart that I showed. Bam. There's your YOD, Kim. What does a YOD mean? Do you know what you're going to do with it? So for you, that YOD takes place in your 9th house. Your YOD, where it comes together, which would be considered the top of the YOD, because that's where the energy kind of meets and comes together up there. Your 9th house, and then it's in your 4th house. Wow, double ancestry. 4th house is ancestry, just like the sign of Cancer, just like the moon. And then your 2nd house cusp line. So 2nd house, Cancer energy. So that's where your YOD is. There it is. Bam. Well, there you go. Adina says it's fate and destiny. So you understand that? Well, you got it now. You got it big, bad, and bold. Let me get my head out of the way. How is that? If they come together, right, and you have a YOD on this side and you have a YOD on this side, then automatically, I'm sorry, the quincunx. If you have a quincunx on this side and you have a quincunx on this side, then automatically that sextile is going to be there. Okay. So there's healing because Chiron is involved. Chiron is the wounded healer. And it has to do with your beliefs because your Chiron is in your 9th house. Friends, because it's Aquarius energy. Detached, detachment, right? There could be something involved with that. This is social causes, Aquarius energy as well. It's fixed energy too, by the way. The part of the lot of ancestry is in Virgo. We've talked a lot about your Virgo stuff, so I'm not going to go into detail about that. In your 4th house, you already know all about it. And then your Cancer energy on the 2nd house cusp line. 2nd house is your values, where you put your values, who you value, what you value, ancestry, history, feminine energy, women, mom. Now, obviously, there could be things in your chart that angle it, and there could be pain involved with some of these things. But if there's a healing that needs to occur, that YOD, and knowing that you have Chiron at the top of that, yeah, there's some destiny I would absolutely agree with on that. This would be a YOD to that 4th house cusp line. And if you have that same energy going on this opposite way, that would mean you would have to have something in Libra at 29, and you don't, but you do have something in Libra at 2538, which is 26. So it's just a little bit short of 150 degrees, but it's close enough. It's close enough. And so here we go again. Yod's coming up again tonight. Wow. It's a Yod night, apparently. Your moon at 14 degrees in Aries, self. That's a quincunx. Yeah, that's a quincunx to your sun. You see that? That's a quincunx to your sun. 150 degrees away, almost exactly, because your sun is 1348. So it's fresh, more frustration, more agitation, irritation. It's kind of described like the itch you don't know what to do with. And here we go. We're showing more freaking yods tonight. It's a yod night. Big yod for you too, by the way. 13 degrees, she has vertex. So here's your freaking yod. It involves vertex and your moon, the history, the past, fated stuff, fated energy with people that you meet, events, and the sun, your sun in Scorpio, the psychic sun in Scorpio. You see that? So another example of another yod. Kim, you watching? You see how to recognize the yods now? You'll be a professional by the time this is over with tonight, because now that we've brought it up, it's everywhere. The yods are everywhere. Everybody's got them. Your Mercury is just jumping out at me. I know you have trines to your Mercury. Your Mercury's at 24 though. And so let me see. No, you do have your Mercury has a quincunx over here, galactic center. You follow?
Yeah.
But the only way it would be a yod is if you also had something at 24 in Aquarius. And you don't. Your Aquarius energy, the what I have anyway, has something at 19. God, it makes me wonder if there is something there at 24, but I just don't have it pulled up. Ooh, makes me wonder. Because your Mercury was just really kind of highlighted for me, like kind of jumping out.
At 24 in Aquarius, I wanted to look at my fixed stars.
Yeah, you might even there. Yeah, and there's so many things that like you could have a midpoint there. You know what I'm saying? Like there could be something there. Like there's just so many different things that could be there, and there's only so much space on these damn charts.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So it would be 20, 24 Aquarius is what we would. But you can look at your notes. I hear you going through your notes, and I'm going to look at something else.
Okay.
Because the Mercury thing, it's just kind of being obsessive right now with me. All right, so let me look at the easier things. Maybe not easier, but the more obvious. The next thing that kept jumping out was the Uranus and the Pluto stuff you have and your midheaven,
Oh, yeah, that
because you have
makes
so much
sense.
there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Based on this birth time, there's a lot there. So here's a shortcut to how to find a yod. All right, a shortcut is that we know Earth trines Earth, right?
Yes.
So if I'll take your Uranus, I'll put a line. I'm going to go to black. Let me do this. I'll grab this black. I'll grab it. I'll draw a line over here if I can just draw a straight line. All right. So I've got my line.
I have no stars in Aquarius.
Okay. Well, you probably have a midpoint or something. So,
Yeah.
so if there was something here at 15, that'd be a trine, right?
Right.
15, 14, right? 16, that'd be a trine. So it's the next sign over that gives you quincunx. So it's the next
Right.
sign after the trine, because
Okay.
this is 120. So the next sign is 150.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So, like, Gemini is quincunx, Scorpio.
Gemini is quincunx. Yes, 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 yes,
Yeah.
yes. So Gemini is quincunx Scorpio that way, and then it would be quincunx Capricorn the other way to
Right.
create a yod. Right. So in this chart right here, I've got your Pluto and your Uranus and your midheaven, and look, what does Eileen have? Her freaking Pallas Athena, the strategist.
Huh.
The strategist. You know, she's really good with maps. She's like the general in the field who pulls out maps and who's charting things and who's plotting and strategizing. Home and family.
In my fourth house. Ooh.
Yes, home and family, fourth house. Yep. Now, do you have something quincunxing? Because again, let me get rid of this line now because I've made that confusing. Now we have to see if you have something going in the opposite we'll say that's your right side on your quincunx, and we'll see if you have anything to create a yod. So to create a yod, shortcut, we go to your earth and we know that you have something there, but we're going for the yod. So where's that going to be? The next sign.
Right.
And there's your yod. And it's in the third house in Aquarius energy. And it's conjunct. It's really conjunct a lot, actually, because you have Persephone at 15. It's in
Mm-hmm.
Aquarius, Persephone. And then you also have Black Moon Lilith and White Moon Lilith at 17. Holy shit.
Right.
Like you have a lot there. So I would say that yod, it's definitely it includes all of this because they're 2 degrees. That's what, oh, look at this symbol. Look at that. That was kind of cool. So yeah, that includes all of that. And Pallas Athena is a strong thinker. Again, it's going to be about self and family, but identity, who I am. And so it kind of persists using astrology to discover that for you. You see?
Mm-hmm.
You
Oh,
see?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're a shining example of your yod. You've been doing it. You have been absolutely.
From all aspects. I mean, I'm like, just
Yeah.
astrology in general, and then dealing with the
Yes.
trans astro,
And
and
helping
then
us, being in the
yeah,
live and keeping shit organized. You're doing it
and
in
then
all aspects.
and then medical astrology, and then all
Yeah,
aspects. So
Aquarius, medical astrology. You have been using like that yod energy. And so the bottom part of this yod, the 60 degrees away thing, just so everybody understands, that's a beneficial energy. It creates some ease. It's easy for you to do this, to connect these
hmm
energies together. It's 60 degrees away. It creates ease. It's almost effortless for you. Kind of like her being the scribe for the chat. Well, look, she's got Aquarius in the third house. Third house is social media. Aquarius is group, digital groups. This is what we're doing tonight. This is what we do every Saturday night. She is the astrology scribe. Look, astrology is Aquarius, folks. Like, it's all right here on paper. We don't need to look at stars charts, people that have died and things they've done. We can just see it by the way that we operate in our like, it's astrology now. It's astrology right here, right now,
Uh-huh.
in
And
front
the
of our
third
very
house
eyes.
is your mental, and that's why I said it soothes me for everything to be
Structured
organized.
and within order. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that Pallas Athena, because you're saying it soothes you,
Mm-hmm.
I at least
It,
just went ahead and did it. You didn't say, gee, should I do this? You just went ahead and did it. Well, that's Aries.
yeah.
Pallas Athena is
Ex-
the strategist. Like, hey, I know how I can make this shit a little bit better, and it's going to help me too. Like, I'll feel better about this. It won't be so helter skelter.
Well, Virgo MC, and I'm used to just having
Absolutely.
things be
No, and it's
organized
greatly
and
appreciated. It
structured.
it helps
And
the flow. It
oh
helps the
yeah,
flow. So it's
I
a
could see that.
greatly appreciated. Totally
I
and
enjoy
completely.
doing it. I'm glad it helps you.
Oh my God, yes. It's awesome. So another example of a YOD. So thank you, Kim in Nature. She's busy recording stuff, and here we go. Like, after this live, I think we all know what the hell a YOD looks like, but what does it mean?
Yeah.
we know how to recognize it, but what does it mean? Well, a quincunx is something that is kind of irritating. There's a frustration involved with that. So for you, you know that having order and structure and the details, right?
Uh-huh.
Uh, yeah. So you know that she said it. She didn't say this irritates me. She said it soothes me, which is the same as saying, taking it in a different route and saying, well, instead of letting it irritate me, I just decided to take control of this shit so it wouldn't be so irritating. Right?
Or I might just lose my mind.
Oh,
Actually.
wow. Well, so it
Yeah.
was triggering you is what you're saying.
Yeah. It was like, okay, we got to have some order here. It's like, G needs help because you were always having to search. It's like, okay, who's next? And it's like, oh, we're wasting time here.
Well, it was
we
true. There was a
we
lot of
only have,
time being wasted. I mean, I have been
yeah.
able to go through charts so much faster since you started this. All right. So
Yeah.
I think everybody should have a really good idea now about gods.